Hi guys, I promised some of you that I would do a Google Classroom tutorial. So the first thing you would do is you would click on Google and search Google Classroom. You do need to be logged into your email account. I'm using an old email right now that I don't use anymore. As you can see, it goes to my original one. That's the one I use now. So I'm going to switch over to an old email right now that had my old name on it. And this way you can see what it looks like the very first time you log in. You get this screen. You're going to just press continue. Once you're in, you should see this screen. So once you log in to your Google Classroom, this is what you'll see. You will see all of the classes that you are enrolled in, and you will see all of the classes that you have created for yourself. So I am first going to show you how to add a class, or I'll basically go through each part of the screen so you know what each feature does. So here you can click this button and you can either join a class. Like for example, in my system we have a blended learning class, and so I got the code to join that class. So I can join things that other people have set up, or I can create a class. The first time that you come in, I would create a class so that it establishes you as a teacher and not just as a student. So you can create a class, and then you fill in here the class name, which is required. These two are optional, the section and the subject, and then just hit create. I'm not going to do that because this is my actual Google Classroom right here. But also here, if you have more than one Google Classroom, this is where you can switch accounts. So next, let's go over to this menu right here. This is the standard menu bar. So one more time, the 3 lines is the standard menu. The first option is for classes, so that's the screen we have right here. The second option is the calendar, which I will show you in a second. Next, you have all of your classes that you created. So that's why it says teaching. And then I have my classes that are active. I have more classes that I've created in the past that are now in archive, which I will show you. But only the ones that are active are the ones that are going to pop up right here. I'm going to scroll down. Here we have all of my enrolled classes. So any class that I'm taking part in or professional development are all going to show up right here. I also have the option of archiving or deleting these, but there's so much information on there that I want access to that I just leave it. Down at the bottom are the archived classes, and basically every class I've created that I no longer want to show up on my screen, I place them in the archived classes. Finally, we have the settings tab. So let's start there because that is the last thing on this menu. So I'm going to click on settings. Once you're in the settings, you can change the profile picture by just hitting change and then selecting the picture you want. Here, the account settings, you can change your password and different security options by pressing the word manage right here. If you scroll down, you can turn on email notifications, which basically will tell you when something posted, if you scheduled it, if a kid sends you a message, or if a kid posts their homework, it will send you a notification in your email. If you don't want that and you just want to come and check it on your own, you can turn that off. You can turn on or off comments on your posts, so if you don't want kids to be able to comment on things you post, you can turn that off. Comments that mention you, you can turn that off as well. It has options about classes you're enrolled in, whether you want returned work and grades, invitations to join classes, reminders on almost due work. Like, these are for the ones that you're the student. classes you teach, you can choose to take late submissions or not take them. You can choose not to take resubmissions if you don't want to. Invitations to co-teach classes, so like if a teacher requests to be a part of your classroom, you can choose not to let that happen if you don't want to. And scheduled, post, published, or failed. So you can turn that off as well. Now we're going to go back to the menu and we're going to take a look at archived classes. We're kind of going backwards. So here are the classes that I had in previous years or the last year that are no longer active. So I don't ever really erase them just in case I want to go back and see what I did in a previous year. And also I can reuse some of the posts. So for example, my schedule, my homework schedule, I sometimes reuse that post, or the readings. If those stay the same from year to year, I can reuse that post too. So I never get rid of a class, I just archive them and use them if I need them. I'm going to go back up now and show you the calendar. This is what the calendar looks like, and what is going to pop up here are different assignments and announcements that you have on your schedule or on your stream. So I'm going to go down and show that the summer reading assignment for my honors high school class is due on the first day of school. Whenever you have an assignment that's due, it will show up on this screen right here. Okay. Right now you can also choose classes. So if I just want to look by class, you can look at what's on the calendar. Right now I'm in all classes, so all of my classes assignments would pop up if they have any. So now we're going back to our home screen or the menu, and we are going to look up. So now let's talk about the layout of how it looks. This right here is one of the options that Google gives you. So you can select your theme, and you have the options of going through the photo gallery, or you can pick patterns with they're just basic colors and basic patterns. Those are kind of cool though. I kind of like that. I haven't seen those before. They do update these periodically. But I'm going to cancel. So the new option, which I'm absolutely excited about, is to upload a photo. This was not an option before. So if you have a picture on your computer, you can basically, there's a new one that I made, you can basically pick a pattern or a picture that you have on your computer. So this one I saved before making the video. Hopefully it'll be a big enough picture, and it is. And you move this to wherever you want it to be. So I'm going to put it here, and I'm going to stretch it out. Okay, so this is what's going to be my background. So I'm going to say select the theme, and then you will see that it pops up on the background. I have not yet figured out how to change this color right here. So if you know all about Google Classroom and you know how to change the color there, let me know in the comments, because I don't know. And I've been curious about that. We're going to scroll down. You have three things on your tab. You have the stream, you have the students, and you have about. So first we're going to go with the stream. Right now on the left hand side, this is where all of the work or assignments you have due, they will pop up right here if they're in the upcoming queue. So like if you have assignments for your students that are due soon, they will pop up here. If there's nothing due within the next couple of days, it will not pop up. If you want to see all of them anyway, then you can see all of them. You can also go between classes and choose which one. So these are the ones that you have to grade, and these are the ones that you have that are already graded, but I don't have anything already graded, so right now it is empty. So here, this is where you can make topics and organize your your class in sections. So I'm going to have one recurring grade is weekly articles, so I made that a topic. Another topic I might add is essays, so that whenever I give an essay as an assignment, it will go under this topic. So I'm going to add that topic. So whatever typical assignments you give, you can put it here, or even announcements. I can add topic and make a tab for announcements, and every time I add an announcement, then I can make the topic announcements, and so that way when you click on announcements, all of your announcements for the whole year will pop up. So this is pretty cool if you really want to be organized, and you can just basically separate into however many different topics or categories you want. Okay, we're going to scroll down a little bit. I don't show deleted items. I don't recommend that you do either, so that stays off. Now we're going to come up here and you see saved posts. These are the posts that you have scheduled. So I'm going to press view all so you can see them. So all of these articles I have already scheduled to pop up on certain dates, and right here it shows the date that they will pop up as an assignment. They're not assigned yet, so that's why they're under saved posts. So that's kind of hiding under that tab. If we're going to go down, when you do post an assignment, this is what it looks like. So it has the topic, which is weekly articles. It has the due date. It has the title that you create, the instructions, and then it has any clips or documents or whatever you need here. And you can also choose for each student to get their own copy, which allows them to edit the document or write on the document on the computer. You can have it where they can't edit it at all, or you could have it where they're all working on the same thing or the same document. Here is where when the kids submit their work, it will tell you how many kids have submitted, and here it will tell you how many have not submitted. If you click on these three dots, it will allow you to edit the assignment, delete the assignment, or copy the link. So that is what it looks like. Kids can comment here, as well as you can comment here as well. The next thing that I would like to show you is how to add an assignment. So you just click the brown circle, and it'll be a different color based on what you picked for your background. You can create an announcement, an assignment, a question, or reuse a post. So let's start with, they're all basically the same format. So I will first show you how to create an assignment. First, you pick the class you want to assign it for. If it's the same assignment for every class, you can just check off what classes you want to assign this for. It makes it way easier on you. You also can either check all students, or when your students have enrolled, you can select which students get that assignment. That's really great for differentiation. So you would put the title here. So let's say assignment 1, just to show you what it looks like. You put instructions here. You can select a due date right here, and it goes to the different months. You can select a topic. So let's say I'm doing an essay. You can put directions. You can do an attachment, something from your Google Drive, a video, a link, whatever you want. You can also schedule it by pressing this button right here and picking when you want it to pop up on their screen. And then you just press assign, and that's how you create an assignment. So the next thing that you can do is add an announcement. So same concept. You pick the class. If you want to add all the classes, you can by checking that off. If you want the announcement to go to certain kids, you can check that off, like maybe the kids that didn't turn their work in. You can type your announcement right there. You can place it under a topic, so this could go under announcements. Then you could also, if there's an attachment or document that goes with the announcement, you could select one of these. You can add a video, you could add a link. Once again, you can schedule the announcement if you choose to, and post it. The next thing you can do is create a question. This is kind of like a blog style where you want them to communicate basically. So once again, you can select the classes. These are still the same standard thing. You can type your question, instructions. You can put a due date if you want to assign it for a certain time or that make it due at a certain time. You can assign a topic. You could even make a topic just for blog questions or whatever, or class discussions. You can make it short answer or multiple choice. If you choose multiple choice, there will be a place where you can add options. If you don't want the kids to reply to each other or comment on each other's posts, you can turn this off. If you want their first answer and you don't want them to edit it, you can turn this on. Also, once again, you can add any of the documents you'd like to accompany the question. You can schedule when you want it to post and ask the question. Finally, on this option, you can reuse a post. So here you have all of your classes. As you can see, some of them are archived, so that means that I don't have them on my active screen, but I can still access the materials in there. So I can go to this old class or any of my classes and find one of my assignments from the previous year, and I can reuse it and choose where I'm going to post it. So that is a really handy thing, so you're not recreating the wheel for certain things. So that's it on this screen. The next screen is the students one, and this is where you can find your class code, which you can reset it if you want to reset it for whatever reason. Or you can copy it and send it somewhere. So that's a class code to get into your Google Classroom. I'm probably going to reset mine now just because you're seeing it. You can decide if students can post or not. Students can post and comment. Students can only comment. Only teachers can post or comment. So you have those options. Include this class and guardian email summaries. So basically it's going to send guardians an email. You can see an example, and it'll tell them what's missing, what's upcoming, and what's going on in class. Okay, you can email all guardians right here. We don't have any yet, so that's why you can't do anything with it. You can invite students. So you can type in the name, and all of our kids have Google emails, so that would be easy for me once they're enrolled in my classes. And those are the two ways you get them into the class. The About tab is where you have just the basic information about your class, tells you what the Google Drive folder is called. You can open in Google Calendar because all of the assignments link to your Google Calendar for whatever email you're using. And finally, you can add class materials, and you can also invite other teachers. So for example, the summer reading class that I have, I've invited the other teacher that works with me in my classes. I invite her to participate in the class. Also, if you have a co-teacher or a teacher for special needs students in your classroom, you can invite them as well so that they have the same access as you do. So that's basically it on a quick tutorial. I will make an updated video later on in the year just to show you how it's going. I hope this helped, and until next time, stay perfect, guys. Bye.